Hey everyone, welcome back to Gardenstategrowing. My name is Eric. This is really one of the first times I've been able to get out to my garden in almost 6 days. I did get out, I think 3 days ago to check out my blackberries. I did shoot a video. I'm editing it right now. But other than that, because of work, because of rainstorms, it's been raining like crazy up here. It is affecting the plants. I'm seeing some stress on them just from being constantly soaked down. I'm fighting blight and other, moldy leaf problems on my plant, but for the most part the garden looks really great. But I'm standing in front of this bed right here that I have off my deck. This was the one I had it built up because it was diagonal, and I got my peppers in the middle here. But what I have here is this was a broccoli plant, and I did harvest, and I felt bad because I've been harvesting a lot of things, but the thing is I don't grow a tremendous amount of one thing. So it's not like I can, hey, let's do a broccoli harvest video and come out here. It's like one thing. It would be 3 seconds long. But I do have a picture of the broccoli with my dog Chance, and this video is going to be about using your vegetables in a way that maybe you didn't think was possible. Now, I mentioned that I harvested this broccoli, and what I immediately wanted to do was start removing some of these leaves because they're blocking out these lower pepper plants. They're interfering with some cabbages that are in there. I really want to open up and let some sunshine in, so I came in and I started removing some leaves. And I just want you to take a look at the size of some of these leaves, right? So you're saying to yourself, well, can you eat these? And the answer is yes. Absolutely, you can eat these. These are absolutely delicious. To prepare them, I would prepare them like you would any standard collard green, Swiss chard, kohlrabi green, mustard greens, anything. They are a little tough. They do take a little bit to, I like to blanch them and then fry them with garlic and salt and pepper. I would remove the inner vein because the inner vein, the main stem, is very tough. You don't want to eat that. But all these bigger leaves are absolutely delicious to eat. So look at all of this that you harvested your head of broccoli and go, what am I going to do now? You have a whole nother meal coming out of that. So let me take this, put it aside, and show you some other things that we can use that you probably didn't think that you could still eat. Here I am standing in front of my lettuce bed, and as you can see, I mean, a lot of it has just gone to flower, it's bolted, it's gone to seed. Some of it is still very good. This red Mizuna, I believe it's called, or ruby red leaf, is still great. The dandelions are still great. Some of them just went to like complete, just they gotta go. But I started tasting a lot of these leaves, especially on the ones that were, that had bolted, and they are super bitter, almost impossible to eat. But here's the thing, right? My wife is like, no, I don't think so. She comes out here and she picks all these leaves that are supposed to be so super bitter to eat. You'd never want to eat them in a salad again. But we do the same thing. We blanch them real good. We drain the water out. We saute them with a little butter, a little garlic, a little salt, a little onion maybe, whatever you want to put into it. And you end up with this amazing mustard green type of vegetable. I mean, I ate a pile of this stuff the other night. It was so good. And so that's why I haven't emptied this lettuce bed. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. There still is some young lettuce in here that we're still picking for actual salads. But the older, more bitter leaves, we're actually still eating. They are absolutely delicious. So let me show you some other things that we can pick today that you might not think you're going to eat. I'm sitting in front of my artichoke and beet bed, and it is looking a little worse for wear. Some of these plants are doing really bad. They look like leaf miners had come in here. If I could have got to this days ago, I might not have seen this much damage. But, you know, I did plant a lot. But let's get back to the theme of this video here. That's a big, nasty weed. Is that, another thing that you can do is, right now, these beets are way too dense. I did intentionally plant them heavy with the plans of thinning them out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just removing some whole plants down by the root. And I've even got little beets growing. But see all these tiny little leaves? All these leaves? Don't throw them out. They're delicious. You don't have to even saute these. You could eat these in a salad raw. Just wash them out really well. But sauteed, you heard it. Blanching them, rinse in the water. A little olive oil, a little butter, a little garlic, a little salt. Baby. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start to thin these out, because if I don't thin them out, they're not going to have enough room. They don't grow like beets. They're not going to have enough room to actually bulb up and give you a good beet. So unfortunately, some of these plants have to go. But look at my little bounty, my little beautiful beet bounty. But all of this is a bounty as well. So let's move on to the next vegetable you can eat. I saved this one for last because this is one I didn't even know of, to be honest with you, because I never let my radishes go this long before. One of you guys, a commenter, said, let them grow out, let them flower, let them form seed pods. Trust me, you'll love it. And so I did a quick Google search and I said, can you eat radish seed pods? And they said, not only can you eat them, but they're delicious. And so after the flowers bloomed and they got pollinated, they started to make all these little seed pods here. And if I had to describe them, I'd say they're a cross between a green bean with just a little hint of radish at the back end. It's not bad. It's actually really, really good. And I mean, the bounty that I have from this whole bed is a complete and absolute mess. It was a little bit prettier before. I had it kind of tied up, but a rabbit got in my yard and I let Chance back here to get the rabbit. I know she wasn't going to get it. There's too many obstacles, but she ran right through this and just trashed it. So I'm going to go here today. I'm going to harvest all of these little radish seed pods of different shapes, sizes, from different types of radishes. This list that I have of not every vegetable that you can continue to eat even after you have harvested the original thing that you have grown it for. In this case, it was broccoli that I am taking the leaves now, and I'm going to saute these down like I would collard greens, or however you would choose to do it, mustard greens or whatever. I have the beet greens that I picked that are looking absolutely beautiful. Let me pick up the beets here. And I did get some baby beets that, I don't know, might go really great in salad, or who knows, maybe I'll saute them or something. Beets like this are just pickled and just eaten as cocktails are just amazing. But the greens are actually what I'm looking for right now on this plant. So I haven't even harvested my beets yet. I just thinned them out. But I'm not going to throw these away. These are amazing vegetables that you can still eat. I did pull some carrots. Obviously, they're extremely small right now, but for whatever reason, they decided to go to seed, which is odd for me because I thought these were biannual. Maybe it has something to do with the temperature. I don't know. So I pulled them out. They're a little bit small. I got about 4 or 5. I'm not worried about it. They're going to be like a little cocktail, carrots in a meal that I make, maybe tonight, who knows. And there were some straggler beets that I wind up picking up. They're great. I tasted them. They're not woody at all. I mean, they're just late radishes. And what I saved for last was, of course, those radish seed pods. Now, if you can see these They almost look like little baby green beans. And that's kind of how they cook up, and that's kind of how they taste. They are different because instead of having like a nice bean in the middle, like a green bean, we'll have a couple beans, 5 or 6 or whatever it is. Let me see if I can break this open and show you, especially like the older ones. It's got a very green bean type of texture, but then instead of having like big beans, it has these tiny little radish seeds that I'm sure if I dried these out, they would definitely turn into radishes. You could just take all of these and let a lot of them dry out, and then poof, you have seeds for the rest of your life, literally. Radish is probably going to grow over there. And then what I wanted to show you was, while I was pulling up my radishes, I accidentally pulled up a potato plant, and I was like, oh no, I can't believe I did it. But then when I looked on the ground, I noticed there was that. And then I kind of just sifted around on the top. I didn't want to disturb the other potato plants that were right there, so I sifted around on top, and I found that. And then I dug my hand down just a little bit deeper, then I found that. These guys have got a purple flash of white inside. I forget the name of these. Maybe the Adirondack Red or something like that. I forget. But these guys are going in my belly tonight. Now, if I wanted to save these, if I wanted to store these, I would not immediately bring them inside. What I would do is I would put them on my table, and I would let them dry out for a couple days. I would let the skin harden up a little bit, and then this way they could store from anywhere to 6 to 9 months. And still be edible, these potatoes. So I hope you enjoyed this video, okay, looking at different vegetables in a different way, things that you can eat that you didn't think that you could still eat. You figured, oh, I harvested all the broccoli, let me just tear down the plant. No, take the leaves first, use them, cook them, they're great. And there are so many other plants out there that you can do the same thing with. Just do a little investigation. These are only like 5 that I decided to go through because they were readily available in my yard right here, right now. So I love you. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to share this with your friends and family, that would be awesome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that post notification bell so you get notified every time I put out a new video. I love you, and I will see you on the next episode.